Just leaving Ghost Ranch. It's just past 8. Had breakfast here this morning, and now I'm on my way to Chama. Expect to be there by next weekend. It's about 94 miles to Colorado, and then New Mexico is gone. So just walking out of Ghost Ranch is quite astonishing, because I had a look at some of Georgia O'Keeffe's paintings, and a lot of those paintings are of the landscape surrounding the ranch, and it is an astonishing landscape, that's for sure. I'm walking on a gravel road, and I can already tell you, these shoes, it's a difference between night and day. It is absolutely amazing to walk in new shoes. And it's also amazing how much support and cushion the feet actually have if you have like normal, relatively new shoes. So I'm definitely gonna take that lesson and swap my next pair a little earlier. So it's not necessary to wait till they fall apart. If they're not doing this, if they're not serving their purpose anymore, it's high time to change. Now with the hikers that I met here at Ghost Ranch yesterday and today, it's finally starting to become an issue, and people start to talk about Colorado. It is only 5 days out, but as I said in one of the previous videos, we're pretty much at the front of the pack, so there isn't really a lot of first-hand information on the trail and snow conditions out there. I mean, we do have some information from satellite data and some websites and stuff like that, but nobody really has gone through and reported back how it is and where it is. So I, for myself, I'm gonna take things easy. I'm gonna spend a long Memorial Day weekend in Chama and meet with family, take some rest, do some gear exchanges, some stuff that I don't need anymore, bring in my snow gear that I'll need for Colorado, and then take it real slow. Let a couple of people go first and wait for reports back, so I have a good idea of the conditions and what I'm getting myself into. And for me, Colorado is kind of a big question mark. I'm used to hiking in the mountains, and I have some experience and also training with that. But whenever you go to other places that you don't know, especially if they're on the other side of the world, not all mountains are the same. So the Rockies are in a lot of ways very different to the Alps or to the Pyrenees or to the European mountain ranges, both in the way they are shaped, the way the trails that are made, the elevation, the weather patterns, tree line. So all of these things are very different. So I'm trying to be on the cautious side, but what I heard from people who have hiked in Colorado and who have done parts of these trails that are coming up is they're not necessarily technically hard in terms of steepness or exposure or anything of that sort. It's more of the pure elevation change, the up and down, in combination with rapid weather changes and thunderstorms, is what makes these trails somewhat challenging. So I'm extremely looking forward to Colorado. I'm really hoping for a big change of scenery from the high desert plateaus of New Mexico, which have their charm in their own way, towards lush alpine environments with marmots and alpine plants, blooming wildflowers up on the mountains, wide vistas. Rest days are a funny phenomenon. It's usually on the day that you get into wherever you're having a rest day, it's just kind of the most immediate pains and exhaustions that you have from just hiking a long day eventually lessen, and you stop feeling them so much. And then on on day 2, there's completely other parts of your body that you start to feel and that you notice that are then at the forefront of hurting and relaxing and being stiff. And then day 3, so a day that you leave, you think, I should be well rested now. What really happens is that on day 3, suddenly other parts of your body are at the forefront again and are being stiff and sore and need attention. And so your body really goes through these phases of recovery where you feel different parts of your body at different stages of relaxation. So I'm excited to see what happens in Chama. Well, I'll actually be taking a 00 as I'm meeting with family. So figure out what happens on day 4. Or rather, when is the point of nothing hurts anymore? Well, it kind of looks like we have met an impasse. So the little impasse that I just walked into, I had to backtrack it because it was really a boxed in 270-degree closed canyon. So I think this canyon and the one that I just walked into is probably the canyon where those cattle thieves, which owned the ranch around the turn of the 20th century, that's where they drove the cattle in, down here, and then into that boxed canyon where there's water, and which is kind of sealed off from the environment to hide them. Yeah, this is it from the top, so you can clearly see down there there's a pretty sheltered area. Nobody's gonna get in there. Apparently the gang that was stealing the cattle here and hiding it in the mountains also killed a bunch of people that were like searching for their cattle, and they kept telling the people living in this area that there was a monster living in these mountains that would just snatch people up and kill them. And that's why Ghost Ranch was, around the turn of the century, actually called Rancho de los Brujos, which translates to Hexen Ranch, or Ranch of the Wizards, I guess. Something like that.
So my trail name is Ultra, and I got that from Flotus, who is just over there. She was in my shuttle to the Crazy Cook Monument, and we were discussing trails and stuff like that, and she found out I was an ultra marathoner. So she named me Ultra on the first day.
And where are you from?
I'm from Arlington, Virginia.
All right. And how did you end up deciding to like the CDT?
So I used to do these ultra marathons, and I stopped doing them about 3 years ago, and was looking for kind of a new adventure. And I had run a couple of ultras out in the San Juan Mountains, and knew the CDT went through that. So I thought, maybe this is something for me. I turned 60 this year, so
How has it been treating you?
it's been pretty good. It's been tough. The boot heel kind of kicked my butt with the blisters and stuff. And yesterday I suddenly have a little bit of a swollen part on my leg, so I'm not sure what's going on there, but I'm gonna take a rest day in Pytown and hopefully get that resolved.
All right. Now, unfortunately, I lost the trail once or twice during this ascent and had to cross country a little to get it back. Now, one of those cross countries, I rolled my ankle a little bit, so I have climbed out of the cactus zone into the pine zone. Not too much to say today. I'm still fighting with my ankle, mostly doing pain management. It's annoying. Up here in northeastern New Mexico, I'm currently walking just north of the Abiqui Reservoir. You can see the Abiqui Reservoir down there, and behind it is that huge wall that comes up. It's an action volcano. Over there you can see the crater wall caldera of the volcano just south of Abiqui. And this area is only about 50 miles east of Los Alamos, and Los Alamos was the site of the Manhattan Project in World War II, where Oppenheimer and the other scientists spent a couple of years building and also trying nuclear bombs. I guess there's good reasons why that happened in New Mexico. So the Ghost Ranch alternate has come to an end, and this is where the green line merges with the red line again. Now, I'm not gonna lie, today was not very enjoyable. Not because it wasn't beautiful. My ankle is freaking killing me. It hurts all day and I'm really just stumbling around. And there's not really a solution here. I mean, bailing out back is not an option. Bailing out to the front is where Highway 84 eventually crosses the trail. Might be an option. But the reality is, either one of those two things are in the very, very, very far future. So the only thing that really remains is just walk. Walk with the pain. And that's not a very fun that's not a very fun decision. I could of course just throw my tent down and see what tomorrow brings. But I don't think it's gonna be significantly better tomorrow. And since it hurts a little less when I'm actually warm and walking, that's what I'm gonna do. See how far I can get today and give it a good night rest and see what the morning brings. I really hope it's gonna be better. I don't want another one day of this. Sorry guys. I just had to stop and get off that foot. So I was just 17 miles today, and it's about 32 miles to Highway 64, which, if it should get bad. For now I just rested it, put on a compression bandage, took some ibuprofen, and just hope that it'll be better tomorrow, and then see from there. I don't know what it is with me and my feet on this trip, but it's absurd.